Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Surviving Mars, inspired by the Expanse. Here's a little recap of my mission setup. Totally random map that I settled on, and here we are in my very own Mariner Valley. So I wanted to go over a few things, a few tips that I got from you guys. Strabo and Andy both mentioned that I'm going to need more MDS lasers. MDS lasers, the lasers that protect you from meteor strikes, they do have a cooldown period, which means you're going to need multiples of them to truly protect you. Additionally, Christoph mentioned that I should turn them off. They require a lot of power, power that I don't need to spend unless I have a predicted meteor strike. So that's going to be... Oh, bye-bye, ship. That's going to be one of the first things I do, is to add some additional overlapping MDS laser coverage. That way, you know, we don't get nuked. So I'm going to add an MD. Let's do... I'd like to have the MDS lasers where I have Trilo scrubbing coverage as well. So I do believe that that satisfies it. And then I've got some Trilo scrubbing coverage over here. I'm going to first make sure that my home domes are very well covered by the MDS. And then I'm going to expand the MDS over here as well. It will eat up a lot of my electronics that I've been stockpiling, but that's okay. I'd rather be protected than have a little bit more science. Now, as far as my 4 stations go, let's look at those coverages now. I would say it would be nice to have a 4 station down here somewhere, but it would have to stay within the range of my hub. So I could put one here, perhaps? Make sure it's within the range of the interchange hub, and it is. And then... where's my other hubs? I've got one here, so I could put one about here would be okay as well. Just so that they're within the supply range. And that will do it. Another suggestion that I had was about bringing in more storage for seeds close to my depot, which will serve me really well later on. So I'm going to say the required amount for seeds here is maxed. Something I overlooked was the Hawking Institute here. I've got actually a research site over here. So it does not, and this was a suggestion by Ben, it does not make sense for me to have my Hawking Institute over here at all. This dome doesn't have the research bonus. So I'm going to build this Hawking Institute again, eating up a lot of precious polymers and electronics, but, you know, mistakes can be made. These things happen. I'm just making sure I'm turning off all the MDS lasers. So, my first dome is covered by 3 lasers. This one by 2. Rocinante, what are you up to? I could... capture meteors, capture comets. I would say my temperature's probably lagging behind more than anything else. Meaning that I could import greenhouse gases, but that's going to cost me a lot of extra money as well. I'll do it this one. No, actually, what are you currently flying to? Oh, it's already on some sort of expedition. I'm just going to leave it alone. Whatever it's doing, it's doing. Alright, Nagata. Let's have you dump your resources out. You had a ton of random resources. I don't really know what that was about. Now, there's really not big clumps of resources around the map anymore, so I'm going to have to seek them out manually. Oh, Amos. Yes, let's drop off this waste rock. And Alex, you could come home. So we're researching core heat convecting. We're about 11%. And then after that, we've got the magnetic fields and planetary projects. Also, the space mirrors might be pretty useful for that as well. We're also not too... What are you waiting on? Ready for takeoff. Oh, you know what? I'm already doing that mission. Let's go ahead and grab... No, I don't really need to do that either. Comets. I'll just have it fueled up and wait for me to hit the electronics I need. So the new forestation plants, let's set these up correctly. I'm holding control. A lot of the comments said, hold control and do this. I was actually doing that. It's just every time you build a new forestation plant, it doesn't set up correctly. So you kind of have to just keep doing it over and over. I don't know if anyone noticed, but there was like 3 or 4 comments. Oh, just hold control when you set these up. But it doesn't do it right. Not every time, at least. All right, Holden, you're hanging out here. My power looks good. My water looks good. I could add to my power grid a little bit. But I've been using up a lot of my polymers. I'm not to the point where I have to worry about the polymers I'm manufacturing. Let's see. Alright, so let's go ahead and destroy this Hawking Institute, because this one gets a boost anyway. We're going to enforce specialists and open a second shift. Oh, it looks like my school's maxed out too. I'm going to open up another there as well. Now my pops are close to being maxed in the first dome. In second dome, I've got plenty of pop expansion. So I did what? Unemploy. What, I have a spare medic? Alright, if I have a spare medic, let's open a slot here. 2 medics there is fine. So here's our Hawking Institute. There, spare medics. Done. School. Whoa, it is so full. I really have had a pop boom. Oh, we got some toxic rain coming in. Of course we do. Could you start training geologists? So the reason I moved this over is this dome has a little bit of a research boost, a 20% research boost, which I wanted to take advantage of. Alright, so quit training medics, go back to auto. Now that this medical center's sort of full. Amos, now that you dropped the waste rock off, let's collect this waste rock. It is definitely a veritable garden in parts of our base. I'm very eager to have that trend continue. Our food looks really good. Our resources look really good. Alright, so importing greenhouse gases. Pure rains are now possible. I've hit the requirements for pure rains, and I do have the import greenhouse gas available to be run yet again. I basically am mostly concerned about heat, as my heat's lagging behind a little bit. I'm excited about pure rains being possible, though, because the constant acid rain from last episode was destructive and disheartening. Alright, so as you can see, there's a little bit of a splotchy growth going on here. Oh, welcome home, where the 4 stations are happening. Let's see, recharge stations. This one wouldn't be terrible to have, but it's definitely something to be added much later. So once this Hawking Institute maxes out, another thing that Christoph mentioned was there's diminishing returns for multiple institutes. So I would want to add a regular old research institute here. What I might end up doing to free up some space is to move the Martian University over to the second Mariner Dome. These farms are taking up a lot of precious room as well. I could also remove the open air gym. What is my comfort here? 75 and 64. So the 64 is a little bit lower than I'd want. What I can do is open up, basically require fewer of my people to get degrees and have more service workers. I'm going to just forcibly assign them now, making sure that people have places to dine and shop. This art store is full. This art store is full. That's where a lot of my polymers are going, truth be told. I'm going to have them work overtime until I hit the 100 mark for electronics. That will be really, really useful. Alright, Amos, you definitely got all that toxic rain waste rock. Now, taking a look at my fuel consumption, I may want to add more production for fuel. Another refinery. I know I had one previously and I, like, destroyed it, or rather retired it. I'd like to have this thing be on the edge, so maybe I'll blow up some of these, let me do this correctly. Holding control. I want any of the edge so that the pipes aren't restricted. Oh, I blew up one more than I needed to. I'll embed it a bit. The solar panels are becoming increasingly less productive because we, of course, are getting a thicker atmosphere which blocks sunlight. You know, I'm going to launch a SETI satellite. Come on. Go bye-bye. Here we are. So the second fuel refinery should help with our... Not that I'm low on fuel, but if I want to add some more GHGs. Now, I may not need GHGs because we are heading to the core vector. So I'm launching the SETI satellite for a little bit of a science boost. Because I'm going to spend that earned money in science. Just setting up some manual loading. Man, a lot of our atmosphere is being lost due to the lack of magnetic shields now. Alright, so this fuel is... Let's amplify it. This is going to pull a little bit more water, but I do believe that our water grid's just fine. We're getting pretty close to being able to launch the other satellite as well. 100 fuel, 100 electronics is sort of the threshold. We're about 2/3 or 3/4 of the way there. I might need some additional food depots. I'm going to set one up over here as well. Just because this one's full. I'd like to spread them out just in case of, even though I have my MBS systems online, I like to spread them out in case of a stray hit. So toxic rains are coming down. That's going to temporarily suspend forestation, to be expected, and then we'll have Alex clean up the pools. And Amos haul the rock away. This concrete extractor does not have scrubber coverage yet. Not that it needs it. It's kind of fine without it, but... Alright, 2 more hours, this toxic ring goes away. Youth, you don't have anywhere to be. Go train. My nurseries, are they full? No, we've got some spare nursery coverage. Sweat it. I don't know who's going to be working in the bar or who's going to be going to the bar in the morning, but I'll open up that slot. Alright, so Nagata, you are all set. This is full of fuel, half of, or almost all the electronics and most of the metals. Alright, where was those puddles? One's down here. Where's the second one? One's over here. Alright, come on. Crank out them electronics. It says botanist needed 1. Let's close that. Anytime I notice that a botanist is needed, we only want 2 botanists working in our entire place. We have so much food at the moment. And if we ever needed food, we could change this open farm over to food, and it would generate tons. Okay. There's the HiCom satellite being set up. Alex already cleaned that one up. This is giving a lot of additional waste rock. I might actually want to build some terrain things with this waste rock. I haven't really done that before, but if you do that, it would be... What is it? Infrastructure? No. Landscaping, rock formation. And you can just build your own sort of doodads with waste rocks. I'm going to do that here-ish, because I don't think I'm ever going to have a dome here. But why is it... Oh, there we are. Alright, there we go. Because we've got tons of... We've got 2.8k of waste rock. I'm definitely not going to need to ration it. At least not for now. So we'll get that rock formation underway. And that will definitely alleviate some of the waste rock requirements that I've got going on. We're getting pretty close to the 50% atmosphere we need so that we don't have acid rains, but not the heat yet. We are 55% done with the core. Once that expedition is done, I will boost it, though. That ought to help. All right, Kamal, looks like you're just about done with that. We'll send Alex down here. This looks like a lot more waste rock. Was this a larger pool? This is a lot more waste rock than the other pools have generated. I don't think you'll have capacity for all that, but that's fine. There's some polymers in the southeast if I wanted to collect it. So these forestation plants are holding nice and tidy. We're not actually getting a whole lot of forestation done for the effort we're putting in, but it'll catch up. We just need planetary projects. We've got a lot of seeds to plant the world with. I'm actually just going to close that slot and have this senior botanist just unemployed. No, I won't do that. You can still work. I'll just have to notice when that slot opens up. Alright, Nagata. Let's go seek the polymers that I found. Where are the other polymers? Where did it say they were? Got 5 here. There was 3 somewhere else. I don't really need to worry about it too bad. I'll find it eventually. Alright, Amos, you're full. Okay, there's 2 here somewhere. Here they are. So there's still a little bit of waste rock down here left over from that waste site. 15 of it. Amos will have to make a return trip. Just having Alex stockpile up some of the metals. Two-thirds done with core heat. And then once we have core heat, it costs 50 polymers to manufacture it. Which means I'm going to put my polymer factory on overtime to try to get some additional polymers out of them. Because we're going to need it to manufacture a core heat. Rock formation is almost done. And this is a really good way to sort of drain some of the waste rock. You could also process the waste rock with research from waste rock into concrete. That's another handy little research to do. Oh, there's also waste rock up there. Alright, Amos. He's dumping that out. 15. And 65. Alright, we're good. Alright, Amos, you just clean that up. 63 more metals just waiting to be hauled away. Man, that planetary expedition that I sent for the SETI satellite is taking a long time. Alright, so not enough workers. There we are. Now we have the correct amount of botanists. We have only 2 botanists for the entire colony. But you should live somewhere up here. We've got a really nice science boost with all these new scientists here that just got trained. So these guys are generating almost 1,000 research per day or / year. And then, of course, there's also the bonus because of this research site. So, doubly awesome. Okay, we have just about everything we need for a new high-com satellite, so I'm going to start to have them put the materials into the Donager. By the time they haul the 97 electronics that we have, I'm sure I will have manufactured 2 or 3 more. I hope. Hope it's not a miscalculation. Okay, only 20 more homes left. Only 3 empty nurseries. Checking the pop here. We have a lot more children than seniors and youth. Indicator that I'm on the up and up. Probably the next dome I'm going to want to build is going to be a mega dome. I'm going to have to research mega dome, but I think I want to. Well, I don't know. I might not be able to terraform first. So here we go. Here's a rock formation that is already greening due to my terraforming efforts. We could go ahead and make a few more of these, I suppose. It wouldn't hurt because we've got so much waste rock. I'm just looking at what else is available for me to construct as well. Statues and... So let's try a small rock formation. See what sort of beautification we can add in. So SETI just finished. Put one there. Which means I'm going to use some of this cash to outsource. And keep the rest. I'm going to keep the rest for events and the like. I think what I need to do is add fuel storage at the interchange to allow this fuel to be moved here, then here. I think that's what's going on. So this ship just got back. Let's let it come down. Amos, you got all that waste rock. Have you dump it. 86% of the way for core heat. More toxic rain. Unfortunately, it's not pure rain. That's too bad. My new food stockpile is full. Do I need more? Maybe I need more. This bad boy is almost full up on the electronics it needs. I think, Nagata, I'm going to have you help manually moving some of this fuel. Because we want to get the Donninger out for some more research. But that's a pretty good amount of research I'm getting per year. 2.8k is not bad. Got a lot of scientists working on that too. Alright, comfort here, 77. So there's no gaming. I might be able to do that. Services. So that would be, it would take some of my electronics. But let's do an electronics store. Trying to raise the comfort just a little bit. Who's unemployed? Alright, Nagata. Unload the fuel. Alright, as soon as Amos thought he was all set, he's back to, you know, there's about to be another storm. His job never ends. I could set this up to be automatic, moving this fuel over here. Actually, why not I do that? Load fuel, unload fuel.
Research complete.
Core heat is done. So, in terraforming, if I go to the core heat, let's see, where could I put it? It also is going to consume a whole lot of water as well. Which means, what I probably will do is add more moisture farming and start to overlap. The cost of overlapping is cheaper than adding more scrubbers in. So let's add 4 more of those. That's going to really eat up my polymers, but that's fine. So now we're working on magnetic field generators to protect... You know what? I'm going to do planetary projects first. And then magnetic field generators in that order. I still want the factory AI eventually. Alright, so we reordered that a little bit. Alright, Nagata, that's probably enough. Let's get metals and drop them off. Alex, you are all set. Just stand by for the next acid rainstorm. Got 90 populace. We're getting close to that 100 milestone.
Milestone achieved.
First rain. Oh, it's not even acid. It's just regular old beautiful rain. Wonderful. Rocinante, what can we do with you? We could import greenhouse gases. Let's go ahead and do that. kicking our heat up a little bit more. Alright, I just held control to upgrade all the coatings. I haven't been building new lakes recently, but look at these beautiful lakes. So one of the real advantages of the decent rain is it's going to allow me to forest a lot better. My rain max is looking real healthy. Good. Natural rain. I love it. Alright, Nagata, I might have you help out with the core heat. Alex, you could come down here and gather up some of this this here metals. Rockscape. Sure. So the hosting dome has some fractures. Not a big deal. I got the polymers for the cost of morale. So now, as you can see, the morale just spiked from my rock and roll concert. Cost me polymers, but not a big deal, as I said. We've got 34% of planetary projects done. Very eager for that to be done. Nagata, like I said, when you... I'm just going to manually take her over. I'm going to have her start moving polymers for the core heat. I'm going to open up another shift and...
Meteor shower incoming.
Actually close some... Alright, so there's a meteor shower incoming. Not for a little bit. Now, having a night shift here is extra stress, but we'll just have to make do. So what I just did... Oh, maybe I need to open up some more slots. What I just did was just reassign a bunch of the electronics people to polymers, because we are going to need polymers to finish off this project. And we just had that rock concert hurt us. But I'm using the morale that we gained from the rock concert to sort of upstart the polymer deficit. So what else does this need? This needs... So concrete's not going to be an issue. We got it in spades. And there goes the HiCom satellite. That's going to be even more research boost. The other worry I have is... Let's forcibly get some geologists here. Because our rare metals stockpile is decreasing. Oh no, toxic rain again. Ugh. Additionally, I'm going to want more MDS coverage, some duplicate, possibly triplicate coverage, once we've got a little bit more electronics. Start doing it now. So let's put one here and here. I'm going to move that one over a bit to cover the core heat and the carbonates. All right, come on, give me geologists. So there's insufficient regular metals here. What I'm going to do is transport route metals and bring metals over here. I'm actually going to set up my metal stockpile where I can see it. That way I know when I'm running out. Because right now the machine parts factory isn't doing anything. So I'm going to use Nagata to move metals to where I need them. With all these new wondrously large projects, we definitely used up a lot of additional metals as well. And our concrete stockpile over here is kind of paltry as well, I'm not going to lie. Alright, there we go. Now you guys got metals. Building not working because we don't have a botanist. Alright, I'm going to crank out one botanist first, and then do the geologists. %62% of the way done with the planetary projects. I'm going to run them overtime too. I'm just mean, aren't I? Drone heavy load. I think that's because they're building that. Alright, Kamal. Where? Okay, here is one of the acid pools. Get them setting that up. The other acid pool is where? Right there. Oh, it's real close. Let's clean that one up first. Two more polymers. Come on, you could do it. Alright, I'm reducing the workload. Now that we've hit our polymer requirements, we don't need to stress people out. Here comes the core. We do have 10 spare water now, so that shouldn't be a problem. I might need cables to it. That should help push our temperature up a bit faster. I'm going to do this manually because I don't want to make it one pointless trip. Core heat. There we go. My power grid barely can support this core heat. Just barely. So let's expand said power grid. Alright, that's a lot of machine parts, but that should be fine. This farm, still we're waiting on that botanist? Take your time, guys. Alright, so this laser off. And the new, where's the new laser? Off. Could have done that with control, but whatever. Where's interchange? So interchange would be ideal if fuel was here. So let me do that. So fuel's here. Let's say desired amount 50. And desired amount 8. That means that the interchange will be, yeah, we'll be all set there. Meteor storm is on. Where is it? No, it's not near my not near anything important or delicate. All right, so core heat is going up 0.65% per year, which is definitely faster than my atmosphere now. The high-com satellite just got done. The atmosphere is cleared because of a 50 atmosphere threshold I just hit, which means no more dust storms. And I can import more greenhouse gases if I want. Toxic rain coming down, which means I can't even clean up this toxic pool. Well, even with the core heat. Oh, because I think my open farm stopped. Yeah, okay, that's where all my water went. Rockets coming home. I'm going to need to... Well, we're almost done with planetary projects, and then I think what I'm going to do is actually go for the megadomes, because we're running out of home space. Now, I have a little bit additional space over here to add some more homes, but it would be very good if I...
Anomaly found.
Oh, hello. It'd be very good if I added some home space before I max out. So with you, I don't think I'm going to go on any expeditions for a bit. Oh, double acid sites. Gross. I'll find the last one once this clears up. Alright, Holden, I'm going to have you get close but not dangerously close. Oh, here's the site. To the research site. That morale boost is still going on and going strong, which is great. We are one birth away from the 100 threshold milestone.
Research complete.
Alright, there we are. We have the planetary projects now. Working on gravity engineering. So we have cloud seeding. So what cloud seeding is going to be able to allow us to do is to seed vegetation. And I'm going to send both rockets to go do that. Oh, one at a time, never mind. And that just drops seeds over Martian landscape to kick up my vegetation. Alright, botanist. Oh, I think 2 graduated at the same time. That's not cool. Okay, I have 1 spare botanist. There, fine. No, actually, I need a little bit more water. So, life support.
Milestone achieved.
There we are. Milestone achieved. We got 100 colonists. That is remarkable that it took me this long. cleaning up both of these poison sites. The meteor shower is just about done.
Found.
Nice. Right at the end of the meteor shower, another anomaly generates. That's perfect timing. Oh, no, actually, this is still... No, forget that. This is still going for another day, year, whatever. Aim is just totally filled up. Oh, what can you do while you wait? We could do import. I'm going to need to launch another SETI satellite for some money, because my money just dipped real low. Let's actually cancel that. And let's go with another SETI. Get the money first. Okay, Nagata has filled that full of metals. Ooh, some pure rands. Alright, Holden's feeling risky. He's going to go in for the anomalies without waiting. Alex is still trying to clean these up. These are big old acid pools. And there's one right next to the base too, which is not so cool.
Anomaly analyzed.
Man, there's a lot of acid pools. I'm going to focus on gathering up the polymers. The meteor strikes are now done. I'm going to have him focus on one acid pool first. I might need to make some more land formations. I'm just about out of room for this waste rock. Or additionally, I could just throw down some more waste rock storage, more dumping sites. I don't really want to do that because it is sort of polluting. So you know what? I'm gonna use it. Let's go ahead and make another large formation. Seems fine. It's right next to the dumping sites. Come on, Alex. Finish these up. They're hideous. They're ugly. Alright. I'm going to prioritize the Donager so that we get the seeds loaded up faster. We're just about running out of home room. Guess I'll add one more complex before we actually run out. I don't want any homelessness because they'll turn to being rogues. I'm no longer really micromanaging what domes people work in. All right, Alex cleaned that one up. Let's get this one next. This is going to be a lot of waste rock collection. Oh, you know what? My drones automatically clean that one up. So let's go down here. I don't necessarily need to gather all the waste rock everywhere. It's just something I was doing. New project, seed vegetation. Send. No, I'm not going to cancel that. I got you filled up. Okay, the additional housing will tide us over. I might need to actually do some drone production. I might need to research drone printing because our drones are getting slammed. Nagata, I'm also going to need your help to manually move some of this fuel around. We're having that same old fuel issue. Trying to refuel this Donnager here. Polymer factory is waiting for fuel. Yep, that's a bit of a problem. We don't want a bottleneck there. $75% for gravity engineering. That will open up the new dome for us. That will be really cool. Alright, let's do this again. Where is my fuel stocks? Okay, just load fuel here, dump it over there. I think all the fuel stocks, yeah. This is the vast majority of my fuel stocks. So this is already full of... fuel is waiting on metals and electronics, and I can have Nagata help with that as well. Let's go to the command center for transportation. And even it out a little bit. All right. Amos, you just dumped a bunch of waste rock everywhere. You're not even trying to stockpile it anymore. There's just too much of it. This problem will go away really, really soon. We're almost out of the woods for acid rains. We're very, very close. All right, Alex, clean that setup. Is there any other sites? Yeah, there's one over here. Oh, there's a huge one over here. Oh, man, that's enormous. Yeah, we're so very close to having the temperature high enough that we won't get acid rain. All right, so there goes the seed vegetation. Nagata, what do I want you to do? What you need metals and electronics, so let's grab electronics for them. The new guys. Somewhat late into the space race, a new Mars mission has been announced out of the blue. Looking over the basic parameters, which have been made public, you come to the conclusion that their plans have significant flaws. From a position of experience, you have a chance to influence how this colony will fare. I am going to send some of my experts over. That is the kind thing to do. I, for once, actually have a pretty good population, so I'll help out there. I'm going to drop some more waste rock formations here. And as a result, there is now the colony of the Church of the New Ark. Oh my god, this is just like... This is really funny. Yeah, so this is just like the Nunavut with the Latter-day Saints. Basically the Mormons wanted to settle a colony. Now, granted, they wanted to go to Alpha Centauri, but I don't know. It's frighteningly similar to me. I love it. All right, let's clean up as much as we can. Amos, you're full up. Dump some of that rock. Nagata, you're on the hunt for more metals. Holden, you're just sitting around. No shame in it. There's not much else for you to do. I know I'm just about over my time, but I do want to hit the 50% threshold. So if I have... Also, let's build a trade pad. My new neighbors might want to trade with me. Guess I'll put the trade pad here. And we're launching the SETI satellite and doing seeding vegetation. All right, Kamal, you clean that one up. Let's clean the big one up. Amos. Man, that is a lot of mess.
Research complete.
Gravity engineering is done. Awesome. All right, so we're going to get magnetic field generation to protect our clouds. And let's queue a megadome. So I have to decide where I want to put this thing. I was thinking about putting it here, like roughly where my lakes are. But alternatively, I could put it over here. I would just need to move some things away for a tunnel. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is scrubber. First, Nagata, bring that stuff home. Alright, so this is no longer... Oh, I see. Hold on. Don't build this. Don't build this. It was trying to cover... yeah. So let me fix this. Trilo scrubber. Here. Huge lake. Goodbye. And true goodbye. I need the space. Okay. Let's actually deconstruct that. Oh, acid rains. Well, I'm about to be ineligible for acid rains, so... maybe it will cancel it. Alright, so it says too far away from drone commander. So I'm definitely going to need a new drone hub. I'll put my drone hub here. That way it's also covered by the scrubber. And we'll get that No more recurring cold waves. We've hit the temperature requirement. And then if I go to the overall terraforming progress, we are at... Oh, no, toxic rains actually end at 55. My bad. So we're still going to get toxic rains. Well, that's too bad. Well, guys, that's about all the time I have for this episode. I did say I wanted to hit the 50% threshold, but then forgot that actually doesn't mean anything. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, drop me a line. I wanted to thank Ben, Christoph, Strabo, and Andy for their tips this episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all later. Adios.